DemiEckhoff is a Samford freshman with a truly remarkable story. I had the opportunity to sit down with Demi and talk with her a little bit about her past, her future, and her current involvement here at Samford, which includes being a member of the Chi Omega sorority.
My parents were noticing that I wasn't picking up my head, and my cry kept on getting weaker and weaker, and they couldn't really hear me anymore. And that was around 3 months.
Demi's parents were concerned and took her to various pediatricians all across the country for various tests and appointments. It was confirmed that she had a very rare type of muscular dystrophy, the first person in the world to be diagnosed with this particular kind.
And finally they came out, they saw my kind of muscular dystrophy in mice, but they had never seen it in humans. So they were going to name it Eckhoff muscular dystrophy, but instead they named it Mearson. And during that time it was really hard because they didn't know a lot about it. So they told my family that I was mentally retarded and I was going to die within 3 months. So on a Saturday they got me baptized. And so it was very trying, but it did bring our family closer to the Lord during that time.
As you can see, Demi has far surpassed those 3 months and has lived a fairly typical life up to this point.
My family and my parents treat me very typical. They've always pushed me, and so I went to preschool, like regular preschool, and then I went to public school, K through 12, and I was involved with like a lot of activities. Like I did horseback riding, wheelchair dance, wheelchair soccer, wheelchair softball, and so they always wanted to have me and treat me typical.
Now as a freshman in college, Demi attends Shiloh each week and is a member of the Chi Omega sorority. She said Samford students have given her a very warm welcome.
And I really like it because everybody is very accepting of me. It's been very pleasant, a lot different from high school, and I think it's because of everyone's Christian attitude. And they don't see my disability, they only see my abilities, and they completely don't see the wheelchair. And they include me, and we do pretty much everything typical that typical college students would do.
Demi recently returned from a spring break trip to Seagrove, Florida, where she enjoyed lounging by the pool and hanging out with great friends.
I just went to Seagrove with some friends, and my one of my Chi Omega friends, and she also lives across the hall from me. She invited me to the beach with her family, and her older sister is a nursing student, and she helps me out a lot. And so they were willing to take care of me, and it was so much fun, and no one's ever offered to include me on their spring break trip, and I've never really spent the night away from home with friends before.
I also asked Demi if all the hills and stairs at Samford were difficult for her to maneuver around being in a wheelchair, but she said she has found ways around these obstacles.
Well, on my tour coming here, when I was looking at it, I think my tour guide found every possible stair and showed it to me. And there was no accessible. So that was kind of a challenge that we worked with Disability Services, Ms. Sherman, and she showed us the accessible routes. And I don't really think about it anymore. It's second nature.
One challenge Demi said she is currently facing is finding time to be by herself because she requires round-the-clock care.
I am feeling kind of suffocated, and so I'm trying to set up my boundaries, saying like, hey, I'm gonna go take a walk and by myself, and trying to set those boundaries up.
Demi's story is one that continues to inspire many. She was recently interviewed by a reporter with HBO, and her story is planned to air sometime this fall. As for her future, Demi plans to pursue a degree in nutrition, and for the upcoming weekend, she just wants to get a manicure, pedicure, and enjoy the lovely spring weather. For the Samford News Network, I'm Molly Jones.